We shall start in a minute or so. I think a few more are joining in. I want all of you to keep your lab syllabus copy with you handy, either soft or soft only, maybe hard you may not have.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Pooja.
Ma'am, I have installed VMware Workstation, but I'm unable to open SQL, ma'am.
Is it a database lab is there or not in that?
It's there, ma'am.
Huh. Resume that workstation you have to give. Did you click on that? That play button you have to click. Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am. Further, it's not opening anything.
Uh-huh. 1 week time you all had. I kept asking you all, no? Talk to Shashi once, maybe he'll be able to help you out.
Yes, ma'am, I've asked.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. You're all able to see the lab syllabus?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the first exercise is what we are going to begin with. The first exercise is the simplest in your lab syllabus. Okay. So here, what is the first exercise? Let me read out again. Create the following tables with properly specifying the primary keys, foreign keys, and solve the following queries. Okay. Now, what are the... Who is that, please? Shadab Ansari, please mute. Yeah. So what are we going to do here? They have here already given what are the tables that you have to create. So this exercise is, that is why very easy. You don't have to decide on what we have to do and how to go about or like what are going to be the attributes and all. You don't have to decide. It is already given. That means, for example, branch is excuse me, branch is a table. In that you are going, branch is an entity rather. In that you are going to have branch ID, branch name, and HOD as the attributes. And they have also given the some branch ID in bold, which means that is going to be the primary key of your branch table. Next we have student table. So student table is going to contain the attributes USN, name, address, branch ID again, and semester. Again here USN is going to be the primary key. Then we have book. Book is an entity again. Book ID is a primary key in that because it is given as bold. Book name, author ID, publisher, branch ID. Similarly, you have for author and borrow. So the first exercise, they have made it very simple, means they have already specified what are the entities and what are the attributes of each of these entities. And then so what are the tables that you have to create? That is also already specified. You have to create these tables, insert appropriate data into them, and then start executing. We have around, I think, 8 queries. Yes, we have 8 queries which we have to execute. Now, that's about the first exercise. Now, what I want to tell you all here is any lab exercise that we are going to consider, we will have to first write down the entity relationship diagram. We have given the application, we have to write down the ER diagram. We should also write the schema diagram. Then only we go into the creation of the tables based on the schema diagram or the description of the database. Without this, we are not going to directly start off with any exercise. All right. So first, given this application, this is easy, but still we have to draw the ER diagram. We have to draw the schema diagram for this, and then only proceed with the exercise or whatever it is, creation and all SQL, we go into that. Similarly, like this, every exercise. See, the second one, if you see, second one is a little simple only. Third one, for example, if you see, here you are given the application, that's all. They have mentioned it, what is the cricket tournament is there, and what all, what is the description about that particular application they have given. That's it. You should decide what entities have to be there, what are the attributes you should have for these entities, how do you relate these entities, all this you should decide. Then how do you decide? When you draw the ER diagram, when you draw the schema diagram, you will get a fairly good idea about this particular application. So once you get this, then we go into the creation of tables and whatever it is. Okay, so we are going to follow the same procedure or the same steps for every exercise. First, write the ER diagram, then write the schema diagram. We try to understand how each of these entities are related to each other. Then only we decide on what is the what are the tables like we have to create, in what order we have to create. That is also very important, and then only we proceed further. Am I clear so far? Any doubts? Okay, so let us try writing the ER diagram for this first exercise. Let me share the other screen. So, I don't know why this size spread doesn't seem to be appearing more. Okay, you're able to see my board?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now let us try writing. Look, you keep looking into your lab syllabus, whatever you have copy. That's why I said please have a copy of it. Now here it is already given to us. The first one, the first entity that is given to us is branch, right? So we try to put down a ER diagram for this first exercise. Followed by the ER diagram, you should also have the schema diagram. Only after that we will go into the creation of tables. See, 1 or 2 exercise, I will help you writing this ER diagram. Then you should only write it on your own. You should learn to write ER diagram first. Once you learn ER diagram, it is very clear to go ahead with your execution. Now, what are the entities here? Branch is an entity, student is an entity, book is an entity, author is an entity. What about borrow? See, all nouns generally are entities, considered as entities. All action verbs are generally relationship. This you should keep in mind. Borrow is a verb, is it not? I borrow that book. So borrow is always borrow will come under the relationship. It is not an entity. So what are the entities here? Branch is an entity, student is an entity, book is an entity, author is an entity. That's all. When you talk of borrow is a relationship. All right. Now, how do you represent an entity? We always represent an entity with a rectangular box. We'll be learning again all this in the theory classes again. Okay. And you have to write the name of the entity. This is one of the entity. Then what we have? We have student is one entity. Let me put down here. This is one entity. Student is an entity. Then we have, I will put down here somewhere, book is an entity. Okay. Book is an entity. Then we have, please write down this ER diagram, all of you, as I write. Author is an entity. In your record, you should write your ER diagram, you should write a schema diagram, you should write creation statements, insertion statements, then the data that you have entered for each of the table, only then you start writing the queries, not simply start off with the queries. And before the first exercise, the basic commands that we covered last class and today's class should be written. I will be sharing the notes for that SQL basic commands. Whatever I'm sharing, the same thing has to come into your record. Okay. Okay. So these are the 4 entities. Now, what are the attributes of this branch entity? They have already given, correct? If you look into your exercise, branch ID, branch name, and HOD. These are the attributes. Attributes means what? Property that is going to describe that particular entity. You call them as attributes, right? Now, how do I specify? Attributes are always shown with this symbol, oval symbol. Okay, this is branch ID. Now, branch ID is the primary key of this particular entity. That's a bold shown there already. So in ER diagram, how do I represent a primary key? I should underline that. When I underline that, that means I am representing the primary key. Next, what is our next entity? Next attribute given there? Branch name is given. So branch name. Branch name is one of the attribute. Next we are next we are given HOD. HOD is the attribute. That's all. Is there any other attribute? No other attribute is given. So over. Now let us come to student. In student, what is there? In student we have USN, correct? So USN. USN is a primary key, so I will underline that. Next we have where is my, name. We have name, student name. So name. These are all attributes. All right. Then we have address, branch ID, and semester. Okay. So we have address. So this is the address. And then we have semester. And then I also have branch ID. Okay, this is about student. Next, let us come to book. In book, what is happening? We have book ID. Book ID is the primary key of book entity. So I will underline that. Then I have book name. Okay. This is book name. Then I have author ID. All right. Okay. Author ID. Then we have publisher and branch ID. Branch ID. Let me put it here. And then I have publisher. So these are all the attributes of book. Next, we'll see what are the attributes of author. Author is author ID. Author ID is the primary key. So underline that. And then we have author name. Then we have country and age. Country, and then I have age. You can write anywhere, but okay. Right? That's all. Now we are given borrow. Borrow, I said it's a relationship. I'll come to that. Let's hold for a minute. Now, we are given, these are our 4 entities that we have identified. Now we have put down the 4 entities. We have put down the attributes of those 4 entities. And what is the primary key of each of these entities? We have already named them. It is given with the underline. Now, these 4 entities cannot be individual like this standing alone. They all should be connected. They all should be connected using some kind of relationship. So you have to try to bring in some relationship between all these entities. So far, any doubts? So far, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No doubts? Okay. Right. Now we'll try to connect them. Now, borrow is one of the okay, before I come to that, student and branch, how do you relate them? Can you tell me?
If both the tables have same attribute.
I'm asking you, what is the relationship between the student and the branch?
One to one.
I'm not asking a mapping. I'm not asking mapping.
The branch ID.
Student
What
studying in
is the
second
relationship? Yeah, sorry, Rupak.
Student studying in second semester relation.
Studying. Okay.
Student
Study.
belongs to particular branch.
Okay. Student belongs, student studies. These are all nothing but relationship. Okay. Some verb, that there should be some action verb which will relate the student and the branch. So let me put this. Always relationships are shown by this diamond sign. Okay. That's a relationship symbol. I will write this as belongs. Student belongs to a branch. Over. Right. Now, should I put like this? This is line, straight line, what I have drawn. You can have single line, you can have double line also. For example, I will make this as double line. I'll make this also as a double line. Now, what is the difference between this single line and double line? Okay. Now, we have something called as total participation and partial participation. You have to understand this carefully. We have something called total participation and partial participation. Total participation is always represented by double line. Partial participation is always represented by single line. Now, what is the difference between these two? Total participation means every student should and must belong to some particular branch he has to belong to. If you are not belonging to any branch, then it makes no sense that you are in this college at all. Is it not? Every student has to belong. That is nothing but your total participation. All the students should belong to some branch. Right? So a branch should always have some students. So belong this side, this part of branch to belongs also I have made double line. That means every branch should have student. That is why it's a total participation. That's why I have put here a double line. Whereas every from belongs to student entity to the belongs relationship, you see, I have marked that also as a double line. Why I have marked it as double line? Because every student has to belong to a particular branch. That is again a total participation. That is what we mean by total participation and partial participation. Every time the relationship need not be total. Participation need not be total. Every time it need not be partial. It depends. You have to decide as to, and it is, since they have not given anything, it is left to our assumption. Let us assume that every student has to belong to a particular branch. So we make this as total. So I draw a double line there. You need not have double line everywhere. Somewhere we may have to have a single line also. Okay. Now that is a relationship between student and branch. Now, how can you relate student and book? How can you relate student and book? What's the relation between book and student? What do you do with the books?
Student owns book.
Borrow.
See,
Borrow.
there is already given something in the exercise that a student will borrow the book. Borrow is given to us. So we'll take that borrow as a relationship. It is not an entity. All right. It is not an entity. It is a relationship. Now, I have to connect this and I have to connect this. Now, I have given here single line. Should I give a single line or a double line? Is it a total participation or is it a partial participation? Can anybody tell me?
Partial.
Partial, ma'am.
Partial. Okay. It is a partial participation. Both the sides of the relationship. See, sometimes you need not have both to be total or both to be partial. One side can be partial, one side can be total. That is also possible. Okay. Now here, every student need not borrow. I may not borrow as a student, not borrow books at all. I don't want any books. So, okay. So that is why I have shown this as a single line. Every student need not borrow books. Every book need not be borrowed. There may be some books in the library which is not borrowed by anybody at all, which is not being used by anybody at all. That is why this side of the relationship also I have shown it as single. Am I clear? Both the sides may be total, both the sides may be partial, one side may be total, one side may be partial. All the three possibilities are possible. All right. Every book need not be borrowed. That is the reason I have shown that as a partial participation. Similarly, every student need not borrow book. That is why I have shown that as a single participation. Partial participation. How can you relate author and book? Why should you relate? That is the reason here. How do you decide whether you want to relate or not? Because you have to relate it, because if you look into book, one of the attribute is author ID. That means you are trying to relate your book and author. That is the reason you have to relate it. That is an indication that you have to relate your book and author. Should I relate or not? I have a doubt. So in that case, why you are getting doubt, or why should you, how do you get to know that you should relate it? Because if you look at the book entity, they have given author ID as one of the attribute of your book, which indicates that book and author have to be related. How can I put this relation? What can I write here? Author writes books, right? So I can write it as writes. Author writes books, correct? So that's a relationship. Now again, I have to connect these two. Now, which is total, which is partial? Can anybody tell me? Which is total, which side of the relation is total, which is partial, both are total, what is it?
Ma'am, books is total.
Which side is total, ma? Which side is partial? You should tell me that, Anusha.
Left side is the total and right side is partial.
Very good, very good. Very good. Left side is total. This has to be a total participation, because when once a book is there, a book has to be written. It has to be written by somebody, is it not? So every book is written by someone, but every author need not write book. I may write something else. I need not write a book. Every author need not write a book. I may write a magazine. I may write a journal. I may write a research paper. I may need not write a book. But once your book is existing, that means it has to be written by somebody. Therefore, this becomes a total participation. This side it is partial participation, right? Okay. Then now, when we look into this, branch and book also has to be linked, because look at the book entity. There is something called branch ID, which is an indication that your branch and book has to be related. So I should have a relationship between branch and book. What I can write? Book belongs to a branch. So it may be a computer science book, it may be a mechanical book, it may be a electronics book. Okay, so let us say some book belongs to a branch. Total or partial? Which side total, which side partial? Both partial, both total. Anybody? I want some answers, please. Make it interactive. Don't sit like this.
Both side partial, ma'am.
Ma'am, branch side total, book side partial.
Okay. Now, since it is left to, they have not given anything to us. We can take, somebody may assume, you may assume differently, I may assume differently. Okay. So let us say every branch should have some books. So I can make this total. Every book should belong to some branch. So that also is total. I can make that also total. I'll make both of them as total, because every branch should and must have some books according to me. And every book should belong to some branch is my assumption. Of course, if you feel there can be a possibility that a book need not belong to a branch. Book need not belong to any branch. You cannot have it, I'm feeling, because you are having branch ID here, which is they have already given that. That is why we cannot take it as partial. Am I clear? Since branch ID is given as part of your book, you cannot leave out any book. Every book has to belong to some other, kind of, what to say, branch. So you should take it as total only. You cannot take it as partial. Raman, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Branch ID is there as one of the attribute of book entity, which means every book is related to some branch. So it becomes total. Okay, what else? Now, if you look at this borrows, entities are having attributes. All right. Relationship can also have attributes. Relationship can also have attributes. You look into this borrow. We have made this borrow as relationship. It is a relationship between book and student. Correct? Now, you look into your lab exercise that they have given. What they have given? What are the attributes that they have given? They have given USN. Now, this USN is already there as part of your student. They have given book ID. Book ID is already there as part of your book entity. So this borrowed date becomes an attribute of borrow relationship. Borrowed date, I will take it here. So that becomes a that becomes an attribute of the borrow relationship. USN is already there with student. Book ID is already there with book. So this borrowed date, I cannot put it as for student. I can't put it. It is to be as part of your borrow. So relationship can also have attributes. Not necessarily only entities need not have. Attributes can also, relationship can also have attributes. Okay. Right. Is there anything else that we have left out? Okay, branch is the branch, student, book, and author are entities. We have put down the attributes. We have tried to connect all these entities through some relationships. Student and author, we don't have to connect. Don't connect every entity. Okay, that is also not required. Student, if you look, they have USN name, branch ID, and name and address. That's all. Author, if you look into author ID, name, age, and country. That's all. Student and author need not be related there. So that's why we have left it. Don't put any. They are not related, in fact. As far as this example is concerned, application is concerned, they are not related. So this becomes your ER diagram for the first exercise. This is the first step for any DBMS application for which you want to build a database. The first and foremost thing, given the application, you should be able to write a ER diagram. So we'll be going ahead writing a lot of ER diagrams, so you will learn more. Any doubts in this? Anyone? Any doubts so far? Any doubts, anybody? Please ask me.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Raman.
Ma'am, for deciding the total participation or partial participation, we should focus on what is given in the question.
Yes, we have to follow. Generally, they leave it to our assumption. They will not give that. Because given the application, you should be able to logically analyze whether it should be a partial one or it should be a total one. For example, here, branch and student. Okay, we have made both as total. It is basic common sense that every student should belong to a branch. Is it not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's how we decided.
Okay.
Sometimes there can be an ambiguity. Then in that case, somebody can take it as partial. Some of us can take it as total. That's okay still. Because in this case itself, you said it is partial, book and branch. When you try to relate it to belongs, since you have branch ID as part of book, you can't make it as partial. Every book should belong to a branch. So that's why we have taken it as total.
There are also books that doesn't belong to any branch. They are there for other things.
Yeah, correct. They are there. But as far as this example is concerned, in book, they have already given branch ID as an attribute. They have given that, which means what branch ID is, book has to be related to every branch.
Yes,
and branch,
sorry? That's why I asked, ma'am. We have to take the question as to what we have to decide about total participation or partial participation.
Yeah, in this question, you have to, if they have given it in the question, you have to take it like that only. If it is not given, then it is left to our assumption.
Okay, ma'am.
Suppose they had not given branch ID here, we need not have related it at all, actually. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any doubts, anyone? Different types of entities, different types of attributes. How do we represent different types of attributes? All this we will learn it in the theory class. For this application, a ER diagram is only so much. Can we proceed? If there are no questions, can we proceed? Yes, someone said. Panindra, yes?
Yes, ma'am, we can proceed.
Yes, yes. Okay. If there are no more questions on this, let's proceed further. Okay. Yeah. So all this, please note down. It has to come into your record. You cannot simply start writing your queries when it comes to record. As I told you, first should be your ER diagram. You have to write your schema diagram. You have to write creation statements. All that has to come into your lab record. So as I write here, you should also note down. I am not sharing any notes for all these things. The first, before you write the first lab exercise, as I told, the basic SQL commands, what is DDL, what is DML, what we started off now, that has to come. That I will be sharing as to what you have to put it into the record. That I will share after this lab session. That you have to write first, followed by that will be your first exercise. I think you may not be having lab records as of now. Let us wait for some shops to open and then we'll see. We'll give you instructions on how to write it. Okay, let's continue. Okay, the next step, as I told you, given any application, the first thing that you will write is the ER diagram, which we have done. The second thing that you will be doing is to write a schema diagram. This is very important again. Schema diagram. So in the last class, I think couple of theory classes, we saw how to write how do you represent a schema? Schema is nothing but description of the database, right? So how do we represent it pictorially? We saw some examples. So let us try writing. Now, schema means whatever tables you are going to create. For all that, you should have a schema here. In the schema diagram, it should be represented so that you are also trying to show how you can relate each of these to one another. That relationship also should be shown here in this case, in the schema diagram. Now, so what is the first entity? Branch. Branch is our first entity. We'll put down all the details about branch. What do we have? What are the attributes? We have branch ID. Branch ID is a primary key, underline that. Okay. Then we have branch name. And then we have HOD. Right? This much is there in branch. The next one is student. Okay, we have USN. USN is a primary key, underline that. Name. Address. Then we have branch ID. That is what is given. Whatever is given there, because this exercise is easy because it is all given there. Semester. This much is given for student. Next is book. Book. Book is book ID. Underline book ID because it is primary key. Then we are given book name. Author ID. Then publisher. Branch ID. This much is given. Next, we have author. In author, we have author ID. Underline author ID because it is a primary key. Then we have author name. country, age. Next is book. Oh, sorry. Borrow. Right. Borrow. So in borrow, you have USN. USN is a foreign key there. Underline that anyways, I'll tell you. Book ID, book ID again, underline that also. Borrowed date. Right. Now this much we have noted down. Okay. Whatever is given to us with the attributes, this is nothing but the schema. Now you also have to show how each one is related to the other. Okay. How do we show that? No. This student and branch, they are not related in any ways. Yeah, it is related in terms of branch ID, correct. The student belongs to a branch. So you should show here from branch ID of here, this should be connected to this primary key of branch. So that means this branch ID is a primary key in branch. Branch ID becomes a foreign key in case of the student table, because using this branch ID only you try to connect branch and student. Okay, you have to show that. Next, we have again this when you come to book, branch ID of book is related to the primary key in the branch. Here you have branch ID. This branch ID in book, you know, in book table, that's a foreign key. That means it is related to your branch ID of branch. This kind of connections you should show in case of schema diagram. Okay. Then you have author ID in book. Author ID is a primary key in author. Okay. So this author ID in book becomes a foreign key. So this has to be connected to your author ID. Wherever is the primary key, your arrow should point there. Borrow. When you come to borrow, USN is connected to student USN. Book ID is connected to book ID of. That's it. Have we shown all the connections? Yes. So this whole thing you call it as the schema diagram of the database. This shows the description of your database. Any doubts? You should show these connections, otherwise it makes no, it remains incomplete, your schema diagram. Any doubts, anyone?
Ma'am, can you explain the connections again?
Yeah. See, when I talk of student and branch, how are they related? They are related through branch ID, correct? So this branch ID in the student table is a foreign key. Branch ID is actually a primary key in the branch table. So you're relating branch and student is getting related by the common key. Which is this common attribute? That is nothing but your branch ID. So from the branch ID of your student table, you should show a connection to the wherever is the primary key. Primary key is where it is in the branch table. So for till there you have to show one particular arrow. Again, coming to the book table. In book table, you are finding author ID, you have branch ID, both are there. Author ID is primary key where it is in author. Branch ID is a primary key in branch. So author ID and branch ID both are becoming a foreign key in case of in the book table. You are trying to relate book and author by author ID. You are trying to relate book and branch by branch ID. So from the corresponding foreign key, you should show an arrow to the corresponding primary key. So from this author ID of book, we have shown one arrow up to author ID of the author table. Similarly at the others. Is it clear? Yeah, did I make it clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts, anyone? Schema diagram. This is the schema diagram of the given exercise. This much you should first write. First step is ER diagram. Second step is schema diagram. You have to write any application You have to first write these two, then only proceed further. Don't go further before doing this. For all the exercise that are there in our lab exercise, we should do that.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, borrow is a relationship, no ma'am?
Yeah, it is.
In schema diagram, is there any like other methods, like it can also be considered as entity, no ma'am?
See, that's why I told you. All the nouns are considered generally as entities. Whenever you have verbal action verbs, they are all considered as relationship. Borrow cannot be considered as an entity. Entity means what? It is a real world object. Is borrow an object?
No, ma'am.
No, it is not an object. It is a verb. It is showing some action, is it not? So that is why you can only relate to entities using borrow. Borrow itself cannot become a entity.
Okay.
But you can create a table for the relationship also. It is not necessarily a table has to be created only for entities. Not necessary. You can create a table for the relationship also. So for borrow also you can create a table.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other doubts, anyone? Yes, Samir, where are you? Any doubts? Okay. Shall we proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. Okay. Now, having done this much, okay, we should be able to write some create statements. After this much is over only, we go for creating the tables. Again, look into the order in which you are going to create. Don't start first with creating this borrow table. If you start creating, later on you have to add additional statements in order to make your USN and book ID as foreign key. So whichever table has only primary key, start with that. It becomes easy. For example, if I start with branch table has no foreign key at all. It has got only branch ID. So I will create this branch ID. I will create the branch table with branch ID as the primary key, and that's it. Next, I will go in for creating the student table. Now it is easy for me to create student table because USN is a primary key. No issues. I can make it as a primary key. Branch ID is already existing in branch table. So I can always connect it as references to the branch table. If you don't do that, you have to include branch ID. Then again, you have to add a separate statement and make branch ID as a foreign key. All that is extra statements to put in. So it's not required. Similarly, after the student table, you can go in for creating not the book, but you can first create author, because book requires author ID. Unless you make this author ID as primary key, you cannot create book table by making author ID as a foreign key. That is why I'm saying. So author ID you can create. Author you can create with author ID is the only primary key, so no issues. Once you do this, you can go for book. In book ID, by that time book ID is a primary key. You have author ID already, so you can make that as foreign key. Branch ID is already there. You can make that also as a primary key. Finally, you can go for borrow. So USN is there as a primary key. Book ID is there as primary key. So it becomes easy. If you start with borrow, it is not wrong. You can start. But again, you have to do additional statements for making USN and book ID as a foreign key later on. All that you can avoid. No, that's what I'm saying. Right? Any doubts? Now, I told you for all this data, after creation tables, we'll see how we can insert data. See, insertion of data plays a very, very important role. First, in order to insert some data, you should look into what queries you are supposed to answer. Okay? Looking into the queries, you should accordingly enter the data. Generally, for no query, you should get no records found. You should not get such answers. Because you know what are the queries, you are expected to enter data accordingly. For example, let us see just an example, that's all. See the first query what they have asked. List the details of students who are all studying in second semester MCA. That is your first query. That means you should have some data In the branch table, you should have MCA. In the student table, you should have a semester as second sem. Some records, at least 2-3 records, you have to put in, so that when you give in this query, you get some results. If you write no query, if you are not included MCA, if you are not included simply blindly, if you go on entering data, you will get no data, no record found for that query, which is not accepted in the examination. Am I clear? Always you should look into the queries. What are the queries that you are supposed to answer? Based on this query, make your data entry in the tables. Then it will become easy for you. Okay. Now, so that's why I said I am going to give you the what are the data that you are supposed to enter. Don't enter whatever data you want, because for me it will become difficult for me to check whether you are all getting the right answers or not. For all of us to be in the same line is the only reason I'm telling I will give you the data which you can enter. Of course, later on when you try, you can always write some different, enter some different data. Data entering is also, you should know properly. That is what I said. See, the second query is list the students who are not borrowed any books. So you should also have some students who have not borrowed any book at all. Okay, so that's where I'm saying. Now, let us try to see, is there any question till here? Is there any question till here? Any doubts, anyone? Bhanu Prakash, you are able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Chaitra?
Yes, ma'am.
Harshit, are you there? Sharan, are you able to follow or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there or not? Not there.
Ma'am.
Yeah, Harshit, are you doing what I'm doing here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us proceed. Okay. So first we will go into the creation, then I will give you what data has to be entered. All right. Let's move to SQL. Okay, I have a question with you all. Do you want me to show this creation and all in the board here, or can we do it directly in SQL? What do you want me to do?
Ma'am, in SQL.
Directly, ma'am.
In
Yeah.
SQL only.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's move to SQL now. Yeah, right. I'm not able to share that. One second. Is it? Just give me a moment. Yeah. Are you able to see SQL screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. Okay. So now we will start with our creation statements. Okay. Be very careful in knowing how to create, because it's very important. I want you all to create along with me, but insertion you are not going to do. You are only going to do whatever data I am going to give you. Don't insert blindly. All right. So the first table that we are going to create is branch. Okay. So create, do it along with me. Create table branch. The first one is branch ID. I will take this as varchar2 of 2. Listen here, 1 minute. Branch ID is a primary key, so I have to mention this as a primary key. This is how we create a primary key. Whatever you want to make it as a primary key, give it as primary key immediately followed by that particular variable. Okay, branch ID varchar 2 of 2 primary key. Next is branch name varchar 2 of 5. Okay, and then we have HOD. And again, I will take it as varchar 2 of 10. Okay, that's all. We don't have anything else. Semicolon, enter. So the table is created. So please make sure you are giving branch ID as primary key. Don't forget to give your primary key. Have you all done? If you all have done it, please put in the chat box. We can move further. If you have any issues, please let me know. Okay, Manish has done. Lakshmi has done. Good. Marifullah, Sushmita, yes. Rupak, yeah. I want all of you to put it in the box, chat box if you have done it. Yes, Kaushik, you have raised your hand. Yes, tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yes. Yes, good. I'm waiting for all of you to finish that creation because the next couple of tables, a little slight differences there. I have to tell you how do you create a, what to say, foreign key and all that. So I'm waiting. Simply don't put done, all of you. It is for your own importance, and I may ask any of you to share your screen at any point of time. You should be able to do that. Don't try to fool around me. Okay, that will only help. That will only be a loss to you, not to me anyways. If you're not learning, it's a loss to you. Right. I think most of you all have finished. Yes. Let's go to the next table. Okay. First, let's finish off with the creation. Then we'll go into insertion. Right now, we are not going to insert anything. Okay. Totally, how many tables we have to create? We have to create 5 tables: branch, student, book, author, and borrow. These are the 5 tables that we have to create. All right. Yes. So as I said, we'll have some order in creating. Next, we'll create the student table. Okay. Create table student. USN is okay. USN, I will give it as varchar 2 of 3. Please give whatever I'm giving. Primary key, that's a primary key, so you have to give it as primary key. Name, varchar 2 of 10. Address, again varchar 2 of maybe 15. Okay. Next, see this branch ID we have to include. And okay, 1 minute. Semester is there. Semester, I will take it as number of 2. Right? Then we have to take this branch ID. Same name you can give, whatever you are given in the branch table. Branch ID. Same, you have to give the same data type and size. Don't change that. I'm telling you, don't change your data type and size. Name can be different, but I'm giving this branch ID. No, name can be different here in this table, but I'm giving the same name just to avoid confusion. But your data type and your size should be the same as your primary key, whatever you have created there. Branch ID, varchar 2 of 2. I will take it in the next one. Varchar 2 of 2. References, branch. Which table you are referencing? Where is our primary key? It is in the branch table. Which is the primary key there? It is the branch ID. So that is how you create your foreign key. Here, branch ID, varchar 2 of 2. References. Please note the spelling. Most of you will make a spelling mistake at this point and you will get error. References, branch. Which table you are referencing? Where is the primary key related? It is related to the branch table. So you have to specify the table name followed by what is the name of the primary key there. It is the branch ID. Okay, so you have to give it like that. Table is created. I'm waiting for you all to finish. I want all of you to post it in the chat box. So that's how you create foreign key. Okay. See, that's the reason I told you follow some order in doing it. Because if you start doing with some table where there is no primary key created, then again you have to add another statement to add the foreign key. Simply extra y. So it is better to do like this. Yeah, only 3 of them have finished. You're getting any errors? Let me know. Arifullah finished. Okay. What about others? Not done?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
And if we get some error,
Huh?
so we have to type all over again.
You have to type, but you can copy. What you can do is you can copy, or you can open the notepad, do there and come back. You can drag it and right click. So till the point you drag it and right click, it will get copied directly. Select it till the point where there is no error. Okay, select it, and at the end of that you do a right click. It will get copied in the at the prompt line. Are you able to do that?
I'm writing in notepad. I will copy it there.
Okay. Shall we proceed? Jayant, have you done? Okay, I'm waiting. I want few more to be replying in the chat box if you have done it. I'm waiting for you all to finish. I don't want to rush through. If you are done, please put it in the chat box. I'm waiting for your replies. If you're getting any error, please let me know. Are you able to do, Raman?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Shall we proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
My SQL version was older, ma'am. It's updating now. I'm doing, ma'am. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's go to the next table. Next, we will be creating author table. Okay, because you can't create book, because if you create book, author ID should be a foreign key there. So unless author ID is there as a primary key, you cannot reference it. All right. So let us create author. Create table author. I will take author ID Varchar 2 of 2. Author ID is a primary key. Don't forget that. Comma. Next one is author name. Varchar 2 of 10. Then we have country. Varchar 2 of 10. Age is there, right? Yeah. Age is a number 2. Close the bracket, semicolon, done. Create table author. Author ID is the primary key. Author name, there are no foreign keys in this author table. So it is simple. Put in the chat box once you are done. I am waiting. Yeah, others? Yes. At least maximum responses comes in the chat box. Only then I proceed. I'm waiting otherwise. So I want responses from y'all. If there is any issue, talk to me. Okay, let me proceed. Next table that we are going to create is book. Create table book. Book. Oh God. Okay. Book ID. Varchar 2 of 3 I am taking. And that's a primary key. So don't forget that. Comma. Then we have book name. Varchar 2 of 15. Okay. Then author ID. Author ID here is a foreign key, right? So I give author ID, whatever data type and size you are given, give the same thing here. So in case of author ID, whatever we have given, we'll give the same thing. Author ID 2 of 2. Okay. Now this is a foreign key. So where does it reference to? References which table? Author of author ID. All right. That's how you represent a foreign key. Next, publisher. Publisher is not a foreign key. It is Varchar 2. Varchar 2 of 10. Okay. Next, I go to branch ID. Branch ID, I give the same data type and size. Varchar 2 of 2. References. Which table are we referencing? We reference branch table. In that, which is the primary key? How have we given that? Branch ID we have given like this. So that's it. These are the fields in case of book table. Right. So this is how you create a book table. Any doubts? Do it and post your response. Okay, some of you have finished, others. Chaitra has finished his. Others, if you are getting any error, tell me. Because if you get errors, then again it will be a problem later. You cannot proceed further. That's why. Kishan, have you done?
Doing,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Hema?
Yes, ma'am, I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yes, Shivani?
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
It is showing there name is already used by an existing object. Same, ma'am.
Which name?
It is not only, ma'am. It is saying a name is already used by an existing object.
Have you already created and tried with the student or this book table?
After the second create after student, ma'am, I was doing some error, so I was trying to rectify that. I tried copying pasting that and creating another one, but it is showing name is already used by an existing object.
That means your table got created with some, it is already existing maybe. 1 second. किसको क्या हो गया? Yeah. Just check if the table is already there. If it is there, you drop it and then create again. Is that table already exist? Which table is showing this error now?
Branch.
Branch, is it? Branch table. You are still in branch table.
After that, ma'am, it is showing error.
No. Tell me one thing. Branch table, are you able to create?
No, ma'am. After that, it is showing existing, already existing.
You have not created branch table itself, huh?
No.
Okay. Give this command drop table branch. Is it existing? It means it has to get dropped.
Ma'am, it has simply come to the new line.
Did it show table dropped?
No, ma'am.
What does it show?
It is simply in the new line, ma'am. Nothing.
Did you give drop table name?
Yes, ma'am. Drop table branch table name.
Huh. Okay. Try again. Creating branch table then. Yes, then Nakaraj. If you have created branch borrow table, fine then.
Same error.
Okay. After the class, you share your screen. I will see it. Okay. So we are left with one more table, that is your borrow table. Create table borrow. So under that we have USN varchar 2 of 3. So here except borrowed date, everything is a foreign key. Okay. So you have to give references. Where does it refer to? It refers to the student table. What is the primary key there? USN. So comma. Next is book ID. Varchar 2 of, give the same variable and same data type and the size. References. Book of, we are referring to the book table. Book of book ID. Comma. Next we have a new, I will give it as borrowed date. I will take date as varchar 2 for now, as I told you. Varchar 2 of 15. Okay. So that finishes your, this table is created. 2 of the keys are foreign keys. The borrowed date is neither a primary key nor a foreign key. So you are simply declaring it as varchar 2 of 15. So this finishes all our table creation. Do it and post it in the chat box. Okay, some of you are finished. Good.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Rupa.
Ma'am, for the word references we use to create a foreign variable.
Hmm.
Ma'am, am I right? Miss?
No, you come again. I didn't hear
Miss,
you.
what means why do you use the keyword references?
Whenever you want to create a foreign key, see, when we say book, when we say borrow, in borrow we have USN. USN is a primary key in the student table, but we are using it here in the borrow table. So in the borrow table, USN will become the foreign key. How do I represent that? How do I specify that? So I make use of the keyword references. Which table we are referencing? Where we are referencing? Where is USN primary key? It is in the student table. In the student table, within bracket, we have given USN. In the student table, which is a primary key? USN. That means that USN of student table becomes a foreign key in this borrow table. That is why we make use of references keyword.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you all finished all the 5 tables creation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good. So let me give the description of, so your branch table should look like this. You can give a description and see for yourself. Student table is this. Then author is this one. Book is this one. What is the next one? Borrow. All right. Borrow is this one. This is how is the description of your tables. If you observe there under primary key, under null, it is showing not null, right? So that means you cannot leave that particular field with a null value. You have to enter some value there. A foreign key can be null, but a primary key cannot. Can we start entering data? Or somebody needs some time to finish the creation still? We'll insert the data and stop with this class. When queries, we will take it up in the next session. Okay, but I want you all to insert whatever I'm inserting. That's more important for me. I will, you can, if you are trying later again, that time if you want, you enter some other data. But for the sake of me teaching here, I want you all to have the same data so that it becomes easy for us to verify. That's all. That you have got the right answer. That's it. No other reason behind this. Can we start entering? Or is anyone stuck with creation still? Raman, I can, if you are not able to do, I after the class share the screen. I'll help you out. Don't worry. Others? Have all of you finished with 5 table creation? Shadab, are you there? Looks like a couple of them are doing, some of them are not doing. Yeah. Samir?
Ma'am, I don't have my laptop with me, so I can't do. I'm just noting down.
What happened? How can you get your laptop as quickly as possible?
Ma'am, I'll be getting in 2-3 days. I don't have it.
All right. Navya, you're doing it?
Yes, ma'am.
Got all the 5 tables are created?
Still creating, ma'am.
Still creating. Okay. Divya? She is not supposed to be there. I think she's not answering me. Deeksha, are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good. It's doing. Sati Bhargav?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. All right. Shall we move to the insertion part? Okay. Let's first let's create insert into the branch table. Always keep your description ahead of you so that you know what you are supposed to enter in what order. Order is important when you enter. Okay, that's right. So here I insert into, I always stick to the, let us all stick to the second syntax. Insert into branch values. So I give all our varchar, so I have to enclose it within single quotes, right? Branch ID and then branch name and then HOD. Insert into branch values, branch underscore ID, branch name, HOD. Please be very, very careful with your spellings. If you go wrong in your spellings, then it will be wrong. It will show errors again. You'll have to correct it. Okay. Now I'll go on inserting and finally I will show you the select star statement so that you can enter the same data. First record is B1. I give it as MCA. I give it as HOD is ABC. Command not properly entered. Okay. What did I do? Why it is not taking insert into.
I mean, I used it by extra parenthesis.
Oh, I used an extra parenthesis, looks like, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. B1, MCA, ABC. See, I told you one thing. Please, we have to enter based on the queries that are asked. Okay. when they have asked second sem students MCA, so you have to make sure that your branch name MCA is there, and you have to ensure semester in your student table is there. Second semester students are to be entered. Please don't enter blindly. Look into your queries. What are the queries that you have to answer? Accordingly, you have to enter your values, because for every query you have to show a couple of records. You cannot show no records found. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, next branch, and branch ID here is a primary key. So you cannot have the same branch ID repeated. Every branch ID has to be different. It's a primary key. All right. B2, NBA I give, XYZ is the HOD. If I'm going a little fast on insertion, don't worry. I'll put up the select statement. You can have that idea there as to what I have entered. This is BE. HOD, branch ID is B4, civil, B5, right. I think 5 records in any table, 5, or depending on your query, sometimes there need to be some 7-8 records. More than that, it is not required. Don't go on entering, that's a waste of time. Select star from branch. This is what you have to enter. If you all have entered, put it in the chat box. I'll wait for your response. Darshan has done, good. Sushmita, Chaitra, okay. Varsha, fine. Branch ID is a primary key. So you should have each of these branch ID to be unique. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. Okay, you cannot have B1 repeating twice, B2 repeating twice. That's not possible because B branch ID is a primary key, right? Others, I'm waiting for your response. Akrut, are you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Lavanya has done, Lakshmi has done. Right, now others. I hope all of you are entering the same data. Don't enter some other data. I'm very clear on that. Kaushik has done, Bhargav has done. Others, please put up. So since it is data entry, let me finish it for this session, and then we'll take up the queries in the next session. Okay. Or you can note down the data that I'm entering and then enter it at your end. Both are okay for me. Next, let's go to the next table. Insert into student. Next is student. Okay, insert into student values. All right, first let me get the, see, this is what happens. Unless you have the description ahead of you, you will get confused as to what is order in which you have to enter. Okay, so always have the description in front of you. Insert into, it becomes easy, that's all. Insert into student values. First one is USN. Then name, address, then semester. Semester is a number. Okay. Semester. Then we have branch ID. See, this branch ID values should be one of the values that you have entered in the branch table. That means when you enter the branch ID values, it should be either B1 or B2 or B3 or B4 or B5. You cannot have any B6, B7, B4, I mean B8, whatever you feel like. No, because branch ID is a foreign key here. Only what is existing in the master table as a primary key can be taken here. Okay. That means those are the branches that are available. Student has to belong to one of those branch only. Correct. So you cannot have any other branch here. Right. USN. I will take it as S01. All right. So some name I am giving. I will share this again with you all so that it becomes easy. Branch is B1. Semester. Oh shit, I made a mistake here. Oh. Semester. Okay. I'm not taking that record. I'll enter it again. Semester is 1 minute, please hold on. Right. S01. Name. Address is Bengaluru. Semester is 2. Branch ID should be one of those only. So I'm giving it as B1. What is happening? Value is too large. Okay. USN, it is 3 only. What became large here?
And for me, these values, the row was created, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I have made some mistake in insertion. This looks like. Wait, let me see. Somewhere I have given a space. That's why it is. See, this USN, what I have done, S01, no. Before yes, I have given off one space, I think. Something has happened. That's why instead of USN is only 3 characters. Somewhere it has taken off 4. Okay. And just hold on. Let me try to do this. I should get, I don't know. Let me try again. Anybody got this apart from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I should also get. Kavya is this. Bengaluru. Okay, semester is 2. Fine. Branch is B1. What is the difficulty here? I don't understand. USN name, address, semester, branch. Yes, it is created. Good. Next is, okay, S02. Giving some name, Ramya. Address is Hassan. Then semester is 4. Branch ID B2. If I am going fast on this, I will put the select statement. You can take it from there. Okay, don't worry. S03. Name, I am giving some name. Okay, Mysore. All right. Semester is 1. B3. Branch ID is B3. All right. Next. S04. Okay. Then, right. Semester is 2. Okay. B1. Okay. Then S05. See, USN has to be unique. Okay. So all the records USN has to be unique because it is a primary key. Dinesh. Gulbarga. 3. Semester is 3. B4. USN is S06. Then Raichur, semester is 1. B5. Okay. S07. S07. Seema. Hassan. Semester is 2. B1. Right, these are the data that we have to enter. So see there, semester somewhere we have given 2-3 records as second semester because we need that second semester. There also in student branch table we gave MCA also. So we should be able to retrieve these records, whoever is doing in second semester MCA, correct? If you are done, finish it. Can you show B3 before entry, ma'am? What B3 before Kruth? Branch table, is it? If you are finished, please post it here. No, ma'am, I got it. Okay, fine. So we have around 7 rows entered here. Same data I want all of you to enter, please. Just to make sure queries are working properly. That's all. Danaka? Any issues? Raman, what's happening? Are you able to do?
No, I'm there. Just I'm writing down.
You're writing down, okay. I'm waiting for all of you to finish the insertion. Please post it in the chat box so I get to know you have finished so I can proceed further. Maybe next exercise onwards I can share what data I want to give you all so that it will be easy for you all to keep it ready entered so that we can go into the queries. Anyway, this is the first exercise, so I wanted to do it in all this detail, wait for you all and all that if you get errors and all that. Shall we go to the next one? Next table insertion. Let me go into the next one. Those who have finished can share the data with others also. We are only going to do insertion today, queries only next week. So if you are not done, don't worry, you can always insert it and keep it ready for the next week. Okay. Next is insert into author. Values. Okay, I need the description. Okay, author ID A1. Author ID is a primary key, so you have to have unique author IDs. Okay, Navate, USA. I don't know anybody's age, just a number. That's all. Author ID is A2. Author name Galvin, USA, 45. Then A3, Balaguru Swami. Okay, this author name is too large, is it? All right. Why it is too large? What is our author name is 10 only. Okay, that's why it is showing. Maximum is 10. See, this is a kind of error you will get sometimes. Value too large for this column. Okay, look at my screen. Author name, I have given Balaguru Swami, which has got 13 characters, but we have defined it as only 10. So it is not taking it. Okay, so let me enter it again. Balaguru, enough. India 40. Right, so one row is created. Next I go for A4. Author is Hamacher, Spain 60. A5, Morris Munno. These are all authors of your own MCA textbooks only. Okay. Egypt. You have to give some related data. That's the only reason. Okay. Again, this author name is a problem. I should have defined it as 15. I gave it as 10. That's it. Is A5. Morris is enough. Okay, 5 authors are enough. Let's start from okay. In inserting in student values, why we take semester and branch ID separate? Semester is different, branch ID is different. No, Akruti, that's way. You are belonging to second semester. And which branch you are belonging to? How do I know? That is based on your branch ID. If branch ID is 2 means I know you are belonging to that particular branch. All right, if you are done, please put it here. Let's proceed. At least a couple of you have done it. You can share your data with others, those who are doing a little slow. Another 2 tables and we'll finish this session. No, ma'am, why we take those entry in a single line? What single line? I'm not getting you. Okay, talk to me after the class. Okay. Have you all done with author? Can we proceed? Right, those who are finished can share the data with others if they haven't not done still, because I want to finish with the insertion. We are running out of time. Okay, already 12:35. All right, so next is insert into book. Book ID. All right, so book ID, I'm taking it as BK1. Okay, book ID is the primary key, so you have to have different book IDs. Book name is OS, author ID A2. Author ID should be one of those author IDs what you have entered in the previous table, A1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. That's all, not more than that. Anything other than that you cannot give. TMH is a publisher. Branch also, you have to give the same branch, one of the branch what you have entered in the branch table. B1. Right, book ID BK2, book name, I've given 15, so I can write. Data structures, right, author ID is A2, Pearson, B1. Next is BK3, CO, A4, PHI, B3. BK4 is over, BK4, yeah, BK4, C, A3, Thakur Publishers, B5, BK6 or 4, 5, okay, BK5, okay, open, I forget this, DBMS, A1, TMH, B2, all right, next is BK6, D, that is Digital Electronics, A5, TMH, B4. All right, next is BK6. Oh God, I gave BK6 again. Don't take BK7. I should have given. See, it shows unique constraint violated. Okay, because it is a primary key, and I have to give a different this one. That's why it showed that error. BK7, C++, A3, PHI, B2. So this is the data I want you all to take down. BK1, OK, OS A2, A2, A4, A3, A1, A5, A3, B3, B5, B2, B4, B2. Okay. You write down if it is taking time for you to finish the insertion, you can insert it later. Otherwise, if you have not finished, one more table we'll finish. You can write down the data, probably, note it down. And then we can proceed further if you are not able to finish it fast. Next is borrow. Have you all done? What is it? Can I hear from somebody? Someone of you, if somebody has noted down at least, can we proceed with the last insertion? You can note down if you are getting some errors, try to insert it and keep it ready for the next session, lab session next week. We'll be taking the queries only next week, not now. We'll finish with the insertion, that's all. Please note it down if you are not able to do it at that rate, okay? So let me go into the next table, insert into borrow, values, book ID, borrowed date. You have to give it in the same way given in the table description. Okay, right. USN should be one of the USN you have entered there. Book ID should be one of the book ID that you have entered there. This date I am not very particular. You can enter any date that you want. That's okay. All right. I am not very particular about the date. But your USN and book ID, take whatever I have given only. Date is fine still. Is 01 again. BK2. USN is 01. BK3. Is 03. BK5. Is 03. BK6. Greater than is 02. BK3. Okay, what we finished is 02. Okay, next is S02, BK7. Then S04, book ID is S05. So you should be having this data: S01 BK1, 01 BK2, 01 BK3, 03 BK4. BK5, 036, 023, 027, 044, 05 also 4. Date is okay. You can enter any date that you want. That's okay with me. But this USN and book ID, please write the same data. And select star of book. Okay. That'll go up. No, that's why. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Please note down the data. If you are not able to enter at that speed, you can note down and share it with others also if somebody is not able to take it down. This we can start again. Keep all your table creation and your data insertion ready for next week, so that we can start with the query next week. Query sessions next week. Please commit your work. I forgot to tell you, you have to commit your work. Give your commit statement. Have you all done? Any response?
Ma'am, I got one error saying integrity constraint violated, parent key not found.
Yeah. Which table you got that?
Ma'am, insert into borrow values.
Insert into?
Borrow
Borrow.
table, yes, ma'am.
Borrow means, that means you have entered for which key you have got it? USN or this book ID? USN you got or book ID you got that error?
It says error at line 1.
Yeah, line 1, okay, but for which ID? That means you have entered one of the USN which is not there in the student table, or you would have entered one book ID which is not there in your book table. That is why it is showing like that.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. You should not enter anything which is not there in the master table. Please take care of that. Otherwise, your primary key constraint will get violated. Yeah, meanwhile, you can answer your attendance while you write it down or insert it. Anaga?
Yes, ma'am.
Abhilash?
Yes, ma'am.
Akhil? Akhil isn't there today. Akrut?
Yes, ma'am.
Usha?
Yes, ma'am.
Aravind?
Yes, ma'am.
Harifullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Kanakaraj?
Present, ma'am.
Vanu Prakash?
Present, ma'am.
Bhargav? Rahmatullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Chaitra?
Present, ma'am.
Chandana?
Present, ma'am.
Sharan?
Yes, ma'am.
Darshan,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Dakshayani,
Present, ma'am.
Kishan,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit, okay, Hema,
Present, ma'am.
Huma,
Present, ma'am.
Jayant,
Present, ma'am.
Divya,
Yes.
Kaushik, Lakshmi, Lavanya,
Present, ma'am.
Manish,
Ma'am, she has put in chat box.
yeah, Manoj,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Mohit, Naval,
Yes, ma'am.
Navya,
Present, ma'am.
Nikhil,
Yes, ma'am.
Panindra,
Present, ma'am.
Pavan,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Rahman is present, ma'am.
okay, Pooja,
And even Mohit also, ma'am.
yeah, okay, Pooja, Purnima,
Present, ma'am.
Raman,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Yes, ma'am.
Deepak,
Yes, ma'am.
Sai Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
Samir,
Present, ma'am.
Santosh,
Present, ma'am.
Sadab,
Present, ma'am.
Sharan,
Present, ma'am.
Shashank,
Present, ma'am.
Sheetal,
Present, ma'am.
Vani,
Present, ma'am.
Soumya, Spurti, Vishnu,
Present, ma'am.
Sugandhini,
Present, ma'am.
Sushma,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita BS,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita U,
Present, ma'am.
Geeta,
Present, ma'am.
Tripti,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am,
Varsha,
Pooja is also present.
okay,
Present.
Varsha, Veena,
Present, ma'am.
okay, Veena, okay, Pooja is present, Mohit is present, Lakshmi is present, Harshit is present, all right, Rahmatullah is present, Spurti is absent, Akil is absent. So, all right. So please make sure that your installation is all done properly, and if you have not done it, and creation and of the 5 tables and the data entry into the 5 tables should be ready by next Thursday. Okay, next Thursday and please commit your work before you exit. Keep your work committed, and next Thursday we'll start with the queries. All right. So I think with this we'll end this lab session. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.